Vandami Bante, and good evening, everybody. Good morning to everyone in the Western Hemisphere. Welcome to the fourth lesson that is on karma. I'm the co-host. I'm Brother Lai Yu Chung. Will be helping Bante and everyone in today's lesson. I would like to invite Bante to start the teaching, please. Sādhu, Sādhu, Sādhu.
Before we start giving Dhamma talk, we will pay respect to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we are going to start the next topic that is about karma. Everybody know the words, the Pali words, karma. This is a very common word for Buddhist people. We believe in karma. We are depending on our karma. We rely on our karma. That is why we have to know about the karma according to Buddha's teaching. Again, before we are going to talk about karma, we also have to know what are the obstructions of our improvements or attainments in our practice. So there are 5 types of obstruction according to Buddha's teaching. These 5 will obstruct our attainments or improvements in our practice. The first one is Kamandaraya, an obstruction by karma, that means 5 mighty karmas. Later, I will explain the 5 mighty karmas in this Dhamma talk. Again, we have the next one, Kirasandaraya, and obstructions by defilements, the persistent wrong view. So later I have to explain this one again in the karma. Then the third one is Vipakandaraya, an obstruction by the resultant consciousness, such as two-rooted or non-rooted person. So when we are born, we are born together with wholesome or unwholesome karma. Especially as a human being, we were born by our good karma, wholesome karma. So if we have bad karma, maybe we have already talked about inferior, two-rooted. When we are born as inferior, when we are born produced by two-rooted, inferior two-rooted karma, then we can say this is Vipakandaraya. We cannot attain jhana, path and fruition knowledge in our practice. The fourth one is Ariyubhava Dandaraya, an obstruction by accusing a noble person. So here, if we have accused a noble person, then we cannot improve in our practice. This is also a little bit dangerous for our life and our future. This is also similar to mighty karma, although it does not include in the list of mighty karmas. The last one is Anavittikamandaraya, an obstruction by breaking Buddha's law. That means as a Buddhist, we have to follow the Buddha's law. That means we have to practice and observe the 5 precepts. We also have to follow rule and regulations for lay devotees. For example, in Singalavada Sutta, the Buddha explains the duties of husband, wife, parents, children, teacher, students. We also have the rules and regulations for bhikkhus and also lay devotees. Then if we can follow all these things, then we can be a good person. Especially for bhikkhu, if we break some of the rules laid down by the Buddhas, then it will be very risky for our practice. We cannot improve easily. So these are the 5 obstructions according to Buddha's teaching. In today's Dhamma talk, we will talk about Kamandaraya. We also have to talk about Kilesandaraya. We also have to talk about Ariyavadandaraya. We have already explained Vipagandaraya in our previous topic. When we are born as an animal, as a two-rooted person, we cannot attain any path of fruition knowledge or jhanas. Then again, we have to start karma according to function. Yes, all karma will function. We have done many different things in our daily life. All our actions become our karma. All the karmas can function differently according to the conditions. Okay, now according to function, what are they? Janaka karma, protective karma. So like parents are the cause of the children. Similarly, we are produced by our karma. So that means some karma will produce. Then we have another Upathambaka karma, reinforcing karma. There are some other karma. They will support or reinforce another karma to be powerful. That means they make another karma powerful. The next one is Upapilaka karma, frustrating karma. That means they will frustrate or they will prevent or forbid another karma not to give its results, or it will interfere. Then the last one is Upaghadaka karma, intercepted karma. This is a blockage that it will block or totally prevent another karma not to give its results. So these are the functions of karma. In our life, we have done many different karmas. All the karmas can be one of the 4 functions. For example, we were born as a human being. Our good karma is Janaka karma for this life. So if we can know which karma produced this life, then we can clearly know whether we are 2-rooted or 3-rooted or non-rooted or unrooted. Anyway, now I have to restart with Janaka karma. So Janaka karma will function 2 different things. It will produce 2 different things. It will produce river-linking aggregates. So in the very beginning of our life, in the mother's womb, this is called river-linking consciousness. That's the first mind moment in this very life. Together with that mind moment, there are also karma-produced materialities. These river-linking consciousness and materialities are produced by our past karma. So some of the karma will produce its results in river-linking consciousness, in our reverse, in new life. Then also aggregate in continuance. Here, aggregates in continuance means in our lifetime, we also have many different aggregates. They also produce aggregates in our lifetime. These are called Janaka karma. So that means when Janaka karma produce this life in our revolving consciousness in our lifetime, it can be resulting consciousness, also karma produce materialities. When we grow older and older, our karma also become weaker and weaker. That's why we have gray hair, wrinkled skins, all karmacha rupa become weaker and weaker. This is the definitions of karmacha chanaka karma. Then again, we have upatamaka karma, reinforcing karma. There we do different things. Wholesome karma reinforces wholesome karma. Unwholesome karma reinforces unwholesome karma. So that means they will reinforce the same type. That means one wholesome karma will make another wholesome karma powerful. Similarly, one unwholesome karma will make another unwholesome karma powerful. For example, in our reviving consciousness, we have done many good things in our life. Okay, dana. We also have done dana. We also have done sila. We also have meditated. When the dana produces its results as river linking, then at the same time, sila and bhavana oil reinforce the karma in the near-death moment. It becomes powerful life. Then our mind will incline to do dana. Our mind will incline to follow morality, moral precepts. Our mind will incline to meditate. Because of upatamaka karma, it will support you to become better. Similarly, unwholesome karma. Somebody was born as animal in the lower realms, produced by past unwholesome karma. In that near-death moment, many of unwholesome karma will appear. For example, he may have killed animals, so he may have stolen other people's properties. Then he also break precepts, many other precepts. All of them will appear in near-death moments. One of them will produce rebirth, all other things will support the karma to be stronger. Then there will be miserable life as animal. This unwholesome karma reinforces unwholesome karma. This is second type. We have now another one, upapilaka karma. We can also translate as frustrating karma. It will be a little bit different from previous one. Wholesome karma frustrates unwholesome karma. Unwholesome karma frustrates wholesome karma. Two different things. So for example, somebody has done many good things in the past. For example, okay, I should say one example. We are going to do some dana of offering foods. Then we will order many meats from the butcher. They will kill, they will send to us. Although we don't kill ourselves, if we order, that means we agree or we ask them to do. We are doing the same akusala karma at the same time. Then we will serve food with meat. Then in near-death moments, the karma will appear. His karma is really good because he want to help people. Good intention. It's also very useful for other people. But the problem is, because of his donation, he also many other animals have to die. So if that kind of thing happen, produced by wholesome karma, he will be reborn as a human being, but frustrated by unwholesome karma. He cannot be that much smart as other people. For example, other people will be very intelligent. He cannot be that much intelligent. So there are many people, they can subside their emotion but he cannot subside his emotion because of unwholesome karma. So there are many other cases. We have both result, good and bad. Sometimes our wholesome karma, but frustrated by unwholesome karma. This is one way. We have another way, unwholesome karma, but frustrated by wholesome. Sometimes we are doing something good. So we are doing something bad. But by accident, we just have good mind, good intention. For example, we have killed many animals. But anyway, we cut all the meat and share many other people. That means we have done unwholesome, but we also have good minds. When the unwholesome karma produces next life, he must be reborn as animal or any other lower living beings. Because of good karma he has done, although he has to live as animal, for example, he can have luxurious life. You can imagine many animals around you. They are some animal, they are smart, many people love, whole family love one animal, for example, like a dog. Buddha, for example, right? Many people like or love, can live happily, comfortably. There are many other dogs on the streets. Nobody take care of them. So that means unwholesome karma produce their life as animal, but because of wholesome karma, they can live comfortably. This is called frustrating karma. The last one, upaghadaka karma, intercepted karma. So there it will be a little bit different from previous one. We have to forbid another karma, or to allow another karma. So that means, for example, one unwholesome karma will forbid one wholesome karma, but it will allow allow another karma to give results. Sometimes it will forbid another karma, but it will produce its own karma. Here, intercept similar. Previously, in upapilaka karma, we have wholesome and unwholesome both. Here also the same. One wholesome karma can forbid one wholesome karma or unwholesome karma, especially weaker karma. After that, it will allow another karma. So in our life, we have many weak karma and strong karma. Sometimes we do intentionally, purposely, diligently, wisely, we become powerful. Sometimes we are not that much diligent. We are not that much mindful, not that much wise. At the time, not that much powerful. We can say weak karma. When weak karma rising is going to give its result, then it will, another wholesome or unwholesome karma will forbid it, then it will allow another karma to give a result. Sometimes it will produce its own result. Not only forbidding, it will produce its own result. This is called upaghadaka karma. It can be both wholesome or unwholesome. So these four are according to function. All karma we have done will function in these four ways. It will produce, or it will reinforce, or frustrate, or intercept. These are the functions of our actions in our daily life, our action in our past. It will be the same in our future. Then when does it take effect? That means, when does karma take effect? Yeah, we have done many karmas. When it will take effect? There will be four different things here. Again, the first one is Dita Dhamma Vadaniya karma, presently effective karma. That means this karma will produce its results in this very life. Many people think that we have to wait to accept or to enjoy our karma in our next life or future existence. Actually, there are some karma, it will produce its result in this very life. Then we have another one, Upapacha Vadaniya karma. subsequently affected karma. That means it will produce next life, near future, nearest future life. This is called Upapajja Vedaniya karma, subsequently affective karma. Then we have the third one, Aparapriya Vedaniya karma, indefinitely affective karma. That means we cannot say when we give its results. It can be any time, but not in this very life. Also not in the near future lives. It can be after second future life to Nirvana, anytime. That's what we call indefinitely affected karma, Aparapriya Vedaniya karma. Then we have the last one, Ahosi karma, lapse karma. There are many karma, they don't have opportunity or they don't have a chance to give its results in this very life. This is also called Ahosi karma. Good, I have to repeat, explaining one by one. Tita Dhamma Vedaniya karma. So when we are going to do good things or bad things, the first jhana is also, okay, in the mental process, I have already explained. Jhavanas, impulsions are karma or functional. For ordinary people, for Sodapati, Sakadagami or Anagami, jhavanas are wholesome or unwholesome. For arhats, jhavanas are functional consciousnesses. Anyway, now here I just explain only, here I just use death mental process. Actually, it can be other mental process. For example, when we are going to do dharana, there can be 7 jhavanas. The first jhana will produce its result in this very life. That's what we call presently affected karma. It can be many different things. Okay, here I have already used the picture. A poor lady with bamboo hats, the many jewelries in her house. Then actually this from one story. We have a poor couple at the time of the Buddha. They were very poor. Even they don't have enough clothes to wear. But one day, they decided to offer food for the Buddha, only for one meal. That was a lucky draw, by lucky draw. Then the husband approached the Buddha. They also prepare good food. Approached the Buddha and also requested to accept his food. The Buddha also followed him, accepted his food. In that very day, there's a jewelry rain. They also rejoice a lot after offering, but they didn't expect any gain or any fee in their donation. But fortunately, they can get very great benefits after offering. This is called presently affected karma. So in their case, they offer to the Buddha. Similarly, if somebody had already offered to an arhat, who enter into Nirodha Samapatti, the cessation attainment, imagine from it, then they may also earn their properties legally and properly, without harming any people, without killing or stealing anything. As long as they earn or they gain properly, they offer purely with a good intention, then they can get results immediately. That's the first types. Tita Dhamma Vedaniya karma, according to Buddha's teaching. Then we have another one, Upapajja Vedaniya karma, subsequently affected karma. So in this karma, so I have here show the last jhana, the last impulsion. I should also use dharana mental process. For example, in the dharana mental process, there will be 7 jhavanas, 7 impulsions. So the last impulsions will produce our future life. This is called subsequently affected karma. Then again, we have aparapriya Uraniya karma, indefinitely effective karma. Here I just use 3 javanas in the middle. So that means if we are going to talk about dana or sila, it will be 5 javanas in the middle. So among the 7 emotions, the first one will be Dita Dhamma, the 7th one will be Upapacha, then the middle 5 will be Aparapriya, indefinitely effective karma. So in our life, we have done many karma. Here, Aparapriya Uraniya karma means before we attain arhatship, it can produce its result anytime. Maybe from now on, maybe we have near future life, the second future life to nirvana. In any time, they can give their results. This is called Aparapriya Uraniya karma. It definitely affected karma. For example, we have many Buddha story. The Buddha himself has to suffer. We have 12 major problems, major suffering, right? For example, baggage. When he was a boxer, then he fought with opponents. When he won, he'd break other people's backbone. When this karma produced its result in this very life, the Buddha has back pay. It's very terrible pay for him. But the Buddha himself was entering into different attainments, many different attainments. That is why not that much trouble or bother about it. No, that pain cannot bother the Buddha. Anyway, now we have to know 3 at the least. Dita Dhamma, presently affected karma. Another one is Upapacha Uraniya karma, subsequently affected karma. Then 3, Aparapriya Uraniya karma, indefinitely affected karma. Then these 3 will give its result. If they cannot give results, we call ahosi karma, lapse karma. For example, the first embulsion commits faults, cannot produce its result in this very life, then it will be ahosi karma. Similarly, number 2, the last one, the last embulsion cannot produce its result in near future life, it also lapse karma. Then the third one, Aparapriya. If that karma, the middle 5 embulsions commit power, cannot produce its results from the second future life to the nirvana, it will be lapse karma, ahosi karma. So at the time of the Buddha, there are many arhats. They enter in nirvana. They also have to suffer. For example, Bandarapa Mahamoggalana, he had to suffer. He was killed by bandits. But fortunately, he didn't die. Anyway, the main thing is that this is also his past karma, Aparapriya Uraniya karma. There are many other good karmas, many other bad karmas. They cannot bear any results. They cannot bear any fruits in their last life or final existence. Then it can be ahosi karma. Similarly, in our life, we may have done many good and bad things. If the good and bad things cannot bear any result or fruits in our nirvana, all the karma will be ahosi karma. So every day we are doing many different things. Sure, all the things cannot give its result. Okay, now we have the next one. Which one take effect first? This is also important. Among the karma, we have to categorize another way. Which one will produce their result first? Now we have Karuka karma, mighty karma. I have to analyze later. So we also have learned mighty karma in the very beginning, obstructed by karma. When we are obstructed by this mighty karma, we cannot attain any path and fruition knowledge. Then again, ajinaka karma, habitual karma. We have asana karma, near-death karma. Then finally, katata karma, accomplished karma. So mighty karma is the strongest. It will give its result. First, if there's no mighty karma, ajinaka karma will give its result. If there's no ajinaka karma, asana karma, near-death karma will produce result. If there's no asana karma, katata karma, accomplished karma will produce a result, especially in our near-death moment. Okay, now we have to learn this one. Karuka karma, mighty karma. When you see this picture, you may remember who is that. Venerable Devadatta. So he also made very big mistakes. Not one mistake. Later in the list you can see. Killing one's father is also called mighty karma. Why killing father is mighty karma? Everybody has only one father, right? Cannot be two father, three father. Then his own father. Adopted fathers is not included here, right? It must be own father. Similarly, killing one's mother. So everybody has only parents, one father and one mother. We cannot replace anybody as father or mother. Although replace is not really father. I mean stepfather, maybe adopted father. Anyway, so we have to know the parents must be human being. If we are also human being, our parents are also human being. If we kill, is also mighty karma. But for animal, it does not include here. This rule is only for human being, right? We human being can attain jhana, can attain mega, phala. Animal cannot attain. That is why animals are excluded in this topic. Then the third one is killing an arhat. Why it became very serious? Different virtues. So they have very high morality, very high concentration, very high wisdom. That is why if we kill an arhat, it's very serious. It's also mighty karma. We also have another point. Sometimes we kill ordinary bhikkhus, for example. He was an ordinary bhikkhu before passing away. We torture, we kill. He was meditating when we are killing. After attaining arhatship, he passed away, for example. This is also killing arhat. Now we have drawing the Buddha's blood with evil minds. You can practically see Venerable Devadatta. Because of stone, he just released stone from the mountain top. It injured the Buddha's big toe. There's also blood inside. Not coming out, only inside bloodshed. Then it will be mighty karma for him. It's also big mighty karma for him. He tried to assassinate Buddha many different ways, but he fails. Not only that, he also tried, the last one, making a schism in the Sangha. So that means when we are going to make a schism in the Sangha, at least there must be 8 bhikkhus. Okay, one lay devotees, we're going to create a schism. You are trying to distribute or propagate wrong Dhamma among the people. There are 8 bhikkhus in the monastery, and he may approach 4 bhikkhus to follow his instruction, his teaching, wrong teaching. For example, non-Vinaya as Vinaya, non-Buddha teaching as Buddha teaching. He will change. If 4 bhikkhus follow him, he make schism. In the case of Venerable Devadatta, he had done the same things like that. He tried to persuade newly ordained bhikkhus, saying, we should live in the forest. And this is not really Vinaya. He requested 5 things. The Buddha please lay down the rules for the bhikkhus to live only in the forest. Don't allow the bhikkhus to live in the city or in the village, a village monastery. The Buddha didn't lay down that kind of rules. Okay, we can say he requested 5 things. The Buddha rejected all the 5s. Then he persuades newly ordained bhikkhus, they follow him, he makes schism in Sangha like that. It became a mighty karma. So at the time of the Buddha, Venerable Devadatta made 2 big mistakes. One is drawing the Buddha's blood with evil minds. Second one is making a schism in the Sangha. These 2. So you may have known his disciple, his students, Ajata Sādhu, killing his father. He made big mistakes. I think you may also have known Venerable Devadatta had attained psychic power. As soon as he had evil minds, he got lost everything. He could not enter into any jhana, any attainment anymore. This is weakness of his mind, his attitudes. Then he also encouraged his disciple, his students, Ajata Sādhu, to kill his father. Then he also made many other mistakes. Anyway, Ajata Sādhu later, when his father passed away, or when Devadatta passed away, he approached the Buddha. Although he had chance to listen a long discourse, Samanyapala Sutta, in Digha Nikaya, he could not attain any higher attainments. He had enough parami, perfection, to attain path and fruition knowledge. But because of his mighty karma, he could not attain anything. This is called mighty karma. Now finally, we have holding a persistent wrong view. Okay, here we have to think about persistent wrong view. We have many different wrong views. Okay, one of them, there's no good karma, no bad karma. There's no benefit of offering. There's also no benefit of observing precepts or undertaking moral precepts. If we have that kind of wrong views, we hold very tightly, very firmly, unchangeable. Then when we have that kind of wrong view, when we pass away, then there will be, definitely, he will be reborn in the lower realms, in one of the lower realms, especially in the hell. So we have 5 mighty karma, especially killing one's father, killing one's mother, killing an arhat. We also have drawing Buddha's blood with evil minds, making it schism in the Sangha. These 5 are called mighty karma. But here we have the last one, 6, holding a persistent wrong view. This is called Michata Niyama. It does not include in mighty karma, they are called Michata Niyama. Niyami, very firm wrong view. Okay, that's why their destination is also firm. Sure, that's why they are also called mighty karma. So in the list, you can find only a wholesome mighty karma. What about wholesome? Yes, we have wholesome mighty karma also. What's the wholesome mighty karma? If we have attained jhana, jhana is mighty karma. His future life is sure, confirmed, determined by jhana. He will be reborn as a Brahma. Similarly, you can also know path and fruition knowledge higher than jhana. When we can attain path knowledge, path and fruition knowledge, attaining Sotapanna, for example, our future destination is firm, confirmed or determined. No doubt we will be reborn in the higher existence. That's why they also call mighty karma. So in our death moment, if we have mighty karma, they will appear, they will produce as a result in near death moment, then we will be reborn in the lower realms, especially in the hell. Now we have the next one, Ajinaka karma. We can also say habitual karma, right? So that means this is also our daily life. In our daily life, we may have done many other good things and bad things. These are called habitual karma. Sometimes we may do once a week, maybe twice a month, or once a year, something like that. Once a year is too far, right? Maybe once a month or once a week or something like that. This is also called habitual karma. This is our daily life. If we have good habits in our daily life, we have good habits, good karma every day, every night, every week, every month. So in our death moments, if we don't have mighty karma, habitual karma will appear. It will produce its results in our death. We will be reborn in our future. For example, if we have habits of meditation 1 hour a day, it becomes habitual karma. If we observe precepts, 5 precepts or 8 precepts, maybe twice a week or once a week, it becomes habitual karma. Then, if we don't have any other mighty karma, we cannot attain jhana, or we cannot attain path and fruition knowledge. And we have never done wrong mighty karma, unwholesome mighty karma. Then we can be reborn in a good destination in our future. The next one is asana karma, near death karma. So we also have to know that one, near death karma. It can be many different ways to understand the one. The karma we are doing in the near death moment, or the karma that appear in the near death moment. It can be 2 different things. Okay, we have one story at the time of the Buddha. Venerable Sona and his father. His father was formerly a hunter, and later, when he was old, he was ordained by his son, Venerable Sona. Although he was ordained, he could not meditate very well because too old. He could not attain anything. But in his near-death moments, he was screaming, asking for help from his son. Please help me, now many dogs are chasing me. Then Venerable Sona realized that his father will be reborn in the hell. When his father was conscious, Then he trying to arrange flower for him. Okay, my father trying to offer this flower to the Buddha. This flower, you should offer this flower to the Bodhi tree, and so on. After that, his destination sign changed. Then he also remind his son, "Oh, Bande, don't come. There's some lady nearby me." That means his destination sign change. That means we can do some karma in near-death moments. This is also important. Like playing, listening to the Dhamma talk every day, or chanting every day, for example. When we are dying, we can play MP3 or Dhamma talk or chanting to remember our good karma. It can reappear in our death moments. It can give results in our future. That is called asana karma. The last one is katata karma, accomplished karma. There are some karma we haven't done it intentionally. We have done only by accident. In daily life, for example, we drink water, but by accident, some insects go into the body, right? Then some insects die. If we throw water by accident, some insects die. We see that we cannot feel happiness. Then this is also called katata karma, accomplished karma. Not very powerful as previous three. The weakest karma will produce results in our death moments. So these four are powerful, one after another. The stronger one is Garuka karma. Second stronger one is Ajanaka karma. Strong one is Asana karma. Then weak one is Katata karma. So they will take effects if we have one of them orderly. Then we also have to know 10 meritorious work base. Especially, we have to know that one. Long times ago, when we are going to talk about wholesome consciousness in the first part of Abhidhamma class in Singapore. But anyway, today we can use that one. 10 meritorious work bases. Dana. Everybody know dana, charity or offering. We can also say sharing. Without sharing, we cannot survive in the community. We have to share our properties, our living place, our earning, our knowledge, everything. If we don't share, we will be alone. If we share, we can communicate with people. This is also say good things we have to do in our life. That's why we call this also meditative work base. Second one, sila, morality. So we also have to follow rules. In every country, they have different constitution, but we also have different rules and regulation. We also have to follow rules and regulation. This is also called meritorious work base. If we follow, we become good. If we don't follow, we become bad. Then the third one is bhavana, meditation. We have to train our minds. Okay, we can understand another way. Dana, offering. This is external things, not from our body. But sila, when we are going to observe or undertake moral precepts, it comes from our body, our mouth. We must speak truth. We must speak politely. We must speak only beneficial things to the listeners. These are called sila. Bhavana is to train our minds. Sometimes, although we speak politely, but in our minds, not that much polite. What we say is another, what we think is another. That's why, to train our mind, we need meditation. Everybody knows we have three types of actions: bodily wrong actions, bhava wrong actions, and mental wrong actions. Bodily actions and bhava actions are trained by sila, controlled by sila. mental actions must be controlled by bhavana, meditation. That is why these three are very common to Buddhist people. We have to do it in our daily life. Again, we have apajayana, reverence. We can also say respect. Here, apajayana means, for example, when we see elderly people or something senior to us, we have to give the way, or maybe we have to serve food or anything like that. Like given sitting place, for example. In the bus, sometimes we are sitting on the seats, but elderly people are standing, not very polite. If we share, if we give them to sit on the seat, this is also called apajayana. Sometimes like a warmly or respectfully welcoming senior. This is also called apajayana. Then we have another one, vayavaja, suffix. So here, both apajayana and vayavaja, if we expect fame or gain, they are not really apajayana or vayavaja. You must not expect any gain, any fame, or anything from the people we serve. If we expect something in return, that's not really apajayana or vayavaja. Okay, in the case of apajayana, we can say elderly people. Not only that, if somebody is a higher virtues, for example, like ordained person, they will follow many rules and regulations. They have to follow many rules and regulations. This is called kunahoti. According to virtues, they are higher. We have to pay respect, welcoming, respectfully, or given place or given the way to walk. Everything can be called apajayana. In the case of vayavaja, we are working for them, serving for them, like for them food, living place, washing, cleaning, anything. These are called vayavaja. Then we have the next one, patidhana, sharing of merits. In Buddhist community, that is a very common. After doing something, we share merits. Then there are also some other people, they say, do we need to share? Without sharing, can they get the merits? So although we don't share, if the one who see or who hear can rejoice, then they can get the merits. Then we have the next one, padanumodana, rejoicing in others' merits. So contrary to wholesome, if we rejoice other people's evil minds or evil action, we are also doing evil actions. That means we are not offender, that we can be witness. Okay, like this. Now, we have these two relationships, patidhana, sharing of merits, padanumodana, rejoicing in others' merits. These two have relationship. Patidhana, sharing. Whether share or not, 7, padanumodana, rejoicing others' merits. So they have relationship. Sometimes when somebody is chanting patana nicely, or Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta nicely, Parita nicely, if we can rejoice, this also padanumodana, whether they share or not. Similarly, somebody is offering foods to poor people or ordained people, anybody, we rejoice, although we cannot offer. This is also called padanumodana. Then we have another one, Dhamma Savana, listening to the Dhamma. So here, although we say listening to the Dhamma, we can also say another one, learning Dhamma is also Dhamma Savana. So we have to learn many different things, many Dhamma talks or many different topics, Dhamma Savana. Now in modern community, reading also can be considered as a Dhamma Savana. Now we can read, we have many books. We have many audios of video 5. We can also listen, we can also watch. This is also Dhamma Savana. Then again, Dhamma Desana, teaching the Dhamma. Yeah, because like a giving Dhamma talk, teaching like a Dhamma, or sharing Dhamma, everything can be considered as a Dhamma Desana. Now we have the last one, Ditti to Kama, straightening one's own view, straightening out. So if we have wrong view, we have to straighten out our wrong view to be right. So that means, as I have said before, wrong view means we don't accept karma and its result. Although we have done unwholesome karma, it's not unwholesome. It's a good, beneficial. So wholesome also is not really wholesome. It's just traditional. If we have that kind of idea, okay, although we have done unwholesome, it will not give result. Although we have done wholesome, it will not give result. There's no benefit of wholesome and unwholesome. No benefit of 3 trainings. No benefit of doing many good things to many other people. Like here we have 10 things to do. Although we are doing one of these 10, it's not useful, for example. That means we have wrong view. We have to make our view correct. So these are called 10 major topics. So all these things can be the first group, as we have known, the first 4 types. Producing, also can be reinforcing, frustrating, also can be intercepting. It can be any kinds of karma. It also can be the second group, it also can be the third group. So these are good karma. Contrary to that, we also have bad karma. For example, bhava wrong actions, bodily wrong actions, mental wrong actions. All these are called bad karma. Okay, now I think it's enough for today, right? May you all be able to practice the Buddha's teaching. As a result of it, may you all be able to realize the final cessation, Nirvana. Sādhu, Sādhu.
Namaste, Sayadaw. Before all that, I want to say thank you very much for the time and the opportunity to ask for Sayadaw. And thank you very much for Sayale and admin. Sayadaw, I have some question, but I want to ask one by one, can? The first one is, please Sayadaw advise about how we can do all the wholesome, be present, effective karma in this life. It is possible.
In modern community, it's almost impossible, right? Okay, anyway, we can also understand another way. That means, for example, if you have done something good for other people, at least you can feel happiness. This is present effort, right? So similarly, if you are abstaining from killing animals, you may release many fishes, many turtle, also many other living beings in the water. Then when you see they are enjoying their life, you also feel happy, for example. At least you can enjoy, you can rejoice how they survive, right? So that means if we make our environment safe, we are also safe. Okay, presently affected karma is we don't need to wait. We don't need to do purposely or practically. We don't need to do purposely, right? As soon as we are doing something good, beneficial for other people, then we are doing presently affected karma. Okay. Another thing?
The second one about the next about, can Sayadaw explain the mental process when somebody into Nirodha Samapatti?
Okay, anyway, Nirodha Samapatti is one of the special attainments. This is a special practice for Arhat and Anagami, non-returner. They must attain 8 attainments. So 4 material jhanas and 4 immaterial jhanas both. Before they are entering into Nirodha Samapatti, they must enter into first jhana. For example, they enter of the first jhana, Disa Namarupa, second jhana, Disa Namarupa, Vipassana, that jhana gradually up to nether perception, non-perception. After nether perception, non-perception, then they will enter into, so you may remember in the process. Unadara vajana, parikama, upachara, anuloma, kodarabu, after that, niva sanya. Nether perception, non-perception. After that, nirodha, cessation. The time of cessation will be 7 days or less than 7 days for bhikkhus as in human realms. It can be longer than that in Deva realms or Brahma realms. It depends on their lifespans. Okay? One more thing here. So, in the Nirvana Samapatti, when we are entering into cessation attainment, they are mental fetters and their conscious aware disappear. No more arising of minds and mentalities. Then, similarly, no more mind-produced materialities at the time of in cessation attainment. There are other materialities, but the karma-produced materialities, temperature-produced materialities. Also, we have there's the nutriment-produced materialities. They will arise continuously. Then, after 7 days or less than 7 days, when they emerge, then fruition consciousness will arise. For example, for arhats, arhat fruition will arise one time, after that's bhavanga. Then for anagami fruition will arise, then bhavanga like that. Okay? This is the mental process in Nirodha Samapatti. Okay?
Sayadaw, and Arahant be dreaming.
So Arhat no dream, right? No restless. That means Arhat no restlessness. Arhat may not have any drowsiness. This is it. Okay? He has already eradicated all the defilements. No more dreaming, sure. Okay.
Okay, Sayadaw. Thank you very much. Sādhu, Anumodana, Sayadaw.
Okay, Sādhu.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. So I just have a question. If I think I have to ask in English so that other people will understand, since the program is in English. Polite to do that, I think. Okay. If I have a very good habitual karma, meditating and then doing dana and every sila, right? 8 precept, 9 precept every day and like that. So very good habitual karma. But near death, for some reason, if I have a big anger, it could be pain or big anger. So does the near-death karma take over the habitual karma?
Yeah, it can be. So that means, that's why we have to train our minds, right? Meditation, more meditation. Anyway, as long as you have trained something, it will also affect. For example, now I have already intercepted karma, frustrated karma, you have already know that one, right? The habitual karma is more powerful, but produced by near-death karma. But because of habitual karma, it will intercept or frustrate it, then it can be good result in the future. Similarly, mighty karma. Mighty karma is very short. We don't need to think about mighty karma, right? Wholesome, positive jhana, positive fruition knowledge is very, very clear. We don't need to think about it. Okay, so train the mind more. Right?
Okay.
Okay, then.
So another question, Cynthia. So before doing the Supatavi Tezogabo Wayo and the Akata, right? I'm very interested in Akata. But in order to do that, I have to get to that stage first. So I cannot go and do that before that stage. I should be just sticking to Anapana before that stage. I should not try, even though I'm interested in it.
So actually, we have many different practices. Okay, I have to explain meditation later. I think later chapter, right? Anyway, so it will take time to improve meditation. For example, Anapanasati, we have many different steps. We have to learn many different things. Also, we have to improve properly. After that, we may see the nimitta, attain jhana, and many different steps, right? So it will take time. It depends on skill, right? Not depends on the number. Many people ask me, Bhante, how long it will take for us to attain jhana? I always answer the same things. It does not come from the time or duration. It just comes from skill. If we are skillful in focus on the breath, we can improve faster. If we are not very skillful in focus on the breath, it will be very slow. Okay? Trying to be skillful with breath, you can improve. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Simpya.
Okay, Vandami Sayadaw, I would like to ask about one of 6 mighty karma, which holding persistent wrong view. Which of 62 wrong views it means, because we are still Putu Jana, which still have wrong view. Thank you.
Okay, good question, right? We all can have wrong view. Sure, this is normal for everybody. As long as we are able to change, or we are willing to change if we know it's a wrong view, we're going to say persistent wrong view. Sometimes we also know this is wrong, but we keep holding that one, right? This is the problem. So in this case, don't worry about it. Everybody has wrong view as ordinary people. Okay?
Good evening, Bhante. Bhante, I have a few questions that I will ask on behalf of some yogi. And also I myself have one question. So question 1 is, last lesson, Bhante explained about superior 3-rooted karma. Bhante said, for example, doing dana, a person must be happy before, during, and after offering. Then it will be superior 3-rooted karma. This before and after, what is the time frame? Is it immediately before and after the dana, or it can be long before and after?
Okay, so that means actually that same question is asked by one lady, previous lady, right? Anyway, we have to understand 2 different things. So when we are preparing, we must be happy. Preparing before offering or before meditating or anything, right? Preparation. This is one period, one duration. Then when our actual time of offering, happy. Okay? Then after that, whenever we recollect or reflect how we have done, we must be happy. Then one more thing here, knowledge associated is important. When we are preparing, it must be knowledge associated. When we are doing also, knowledge associated. Recollecting also knowledge associated. It can be powerful, wholesome karma. Okay, 3-rooted karma. So time frame is preparing, actual time of offering or performing. After that, reflecting or recalling. Okay?
Okay. And then question 2 is related to mighty karma, killing father or mother. In the case of modern medical facility, if, for example, one of the parent on life support machine in ICU, then children decide to remove the life support, the parent will pass away because of that. Is this mighty karma commuted by the children?
Yeah, this is also the problem in modern community, sure. Right? Actually, I don't know in Singapore how they do. And I have asked one doctor in US last year, normally 2019. When I go there, actually, he said, for example, like some brain function, brain jet or something like that. They can use machine. After that, if we remove machine, and then 2 or 3 days, not yet die. If we can replace the brain, the surgery, and brain surgery, then he can recover from sickness like that, right? It depends on the condition. We cannot say exactly. So if they pass away immediately removing the machine, so we can say they kill him. But they cannot afford money, they cannot buy anything, that's why removing. But 2 or 3 days living, we cannot say this is a killing or anything, right? It depends on the karma also. If there's an opportunity, somebody can have, then they can try it again, right? So I cannot say exactly. There can be many different conditions according to situation in the country or medical supplements, also maybe kind of sickness.
Yeah, thank you. Just now I missed a follow-up question on question 1 regarding the 3-rooted karma. So the follow-up question is, Bhante also said, while doing wholesome, we must be wise and efficient. What is the meaning of wise and efficient?
Okay, so here we have to think about receiver's needs. But when we are going to offer, we must think about receiver's needs. How useful it will be for receiver, right? So we have to think about receiver's welfare. This is for dana. Similarly, when we are going to do sila, we must think about welfare of our environment, our community, society, like that. For example, when you are following the rule, you must think about your environment. This is called wise. Okay? As long as we are thinking about our own benefit too much, not wise. If we think about other people's benefit or environmental problem or to solve environmental problem, then we are wise. Okay?
Okay. Then last question is, could Bhante use regular practice of meditation as example to explain how Javana cause this Ditta Dhamma Vedaniya Kama Upaja Vedaniya Kama and this Aparapariya Vedaniya Kama?
Actually, we cannot know that much easily. But one more thing, when we have like a second power, we have Judubhabata Jnana, for example, right? Then we will know other people's death moments and what karma produces results. As ordinary meditator, we can know our own karma. When we descend the path, for example, what karma will produce this life, we can know. We cannot know Parapriya Upabaja. Okay, there are some special cases. I haven't met one bhikkhus. This Pausera, not reporting to me, reporting to Pausera, right? So when he is looking for his past karma that produces this life, he cannot find in his first past life. Then Pausera also asks him many ways to try the same things and 2 or 3 days like that, continuously. He cannot find. Then he asked him to proceed second past life. Then there he could find the karma that produces his life here. We can say this is it. Upabacha. No, so Aparapriya, you can imagine, right? Aparapriya Vedaniya karma, not Upabacha. So mostly many of devotees, many of meditators, they may have Upabacha Vedaniya karma to produce this life. But in his case, it is Aparapriya Vedaniya karma, produce this life. Okay? So we can find only that things. There are some other special cases for Ahosi karma. Katata karma. Right? Ahosi karma we don't do explain because this is it does not give any results. Right? Okay?
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Bhante. Sadhu.
Vandami Sayadaw, I read in another book about the karma take effect first. The second one is asana and the third one is ajina. So which one is correct?
Okay, sure. Asana, ajina. I should start again. Which books mentioned?
Dr. Mon book.
Oh, Dr. Mon books. Actually, mostly I just follow Bidamata Sangha. Bidamata Sangha will mention and then as ajina karma will be powerful. Okay? Ajina karma will be more powerful. Okay? Asana karma ajina karma will be more powerful. Habitual karma is powerful. Okay now?
Okay, and about the mental process, Panca Dwara Wajana and Watabana is Kiriya. So is it the same with the Kiriya in Arahat?
No, it will be different. Kiriya in Arahat is only this is Kiriya Javana. This is the impulsion consciousness, right? For about Panchadwara Vajana or Vatabana or Manodwara Vajana, they are functional, but they are not impulsion. It will arise in everybody. It can arise in animal, human being, devas, brahmas, or anybody. Okay? They are common functional consciousnesses, not for arhats. Okay?
And the other one is Vipaka. Is it from past Vipaka or present Vipaka?
Okay, if we say Vipaka, it must be present Vipaka. For example, the Vipaka residing consciousness must be produced by past karma. Wholesome residents consciousness are produced by wholesome karma, and wholesome residents are produced by unwholesome karma. Okay?
No, I mean in the mental process, the other one from the Bawanga, Caku Vinyana, Sampatitana, Santirana, and Tadaramana is Vipaka.
Vipaka, sure, Vipaka.
So is it from past vipaka or present?
Present vipaka, produced by past karma.
Oh,
Okay.
so all is from past karma.
Yeah, but produced by past karma, but present vipaka.
So if in Arahan mind, is it the bawanga and etc. still the same vipaka or all become kiriya also?
Okay, in the case also actually vipaka the same. Arahan also, if we say Samvedi Chana Sandhina, they are vipaka. We don't have kiriya Samvedi Chana Sandhina, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer.
Monday is from my friend asking when you're talking about the example for the Sonam, the yes, Venerable Sonam when he died, and then she's asking like, what is you say about the four karma, right? The mighty karma and habitual karma and near death.
Yeah.
So is it the which one
Near
appear?
death karma.
Near death movement. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Vande. It's very very clear now. Repeating, talking about the karma. Then I'm asking, if we do the meditation, meditations like every day, meditate like 1 hour, 2 hour like that, and this kind of karma will when will be the what kind of effect of this one?
This is Ajinaka karma, habitual karma.
Oh, habitual karma.
Yeah.
Okay. So about Javana, so cannot say in the Javana. It's the first Javana or the last Javana.
We cannot say like that. This is not the order or effect, right? This is the power, the order. That means the power strongest to weakest one, right? We just arrange according to the power, strong and weak. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Randy. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Cynthia, Buddha had a headache, right? As a Buddha in Buddha's life. But this came from because he had a drive for someone hitting the head of the fish, right? So that was a very small karma compared to what he has done so much in his parami fulfilling. Why now he's a Buddha? Why does that karma can come and affect him?
Okay, sure. So karma will not favor anybody, Buddhas or ordinary people, right? Karma will never favor. One more thing here. We have some special cases we can release from that one. You may know sampati. In Myanmar we pronounce tampati. Okay, tampati.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know the meaning of it.
Okay, and that means achievements. Okay, the main ones, for example, we have like a karma achievement. We got payoka sampati. The achievement of means or karma achievements. That means if we are doing many good things in this very life, although bad karma produces results, not that much harmful. In the case of the Buddha, he has attained many different types of attainments. That is why, although he has very strong headache, not that much painful for him, because he can enter into fruition attainments, cessation attainments, many different attainments. He can prevent himself from all this pain. Okay, this is because of present karma. So the main thing is, we have many past karma. It depends on our present karma. We call karma sampati. Okay, karma achievement. Okay.
Karma achievement in Burmese word, what will it be?
Karma. That's mean we call payoka sampati. Payoka tampati.
Right. If you translate that in Burmese, what would it be?
Okay, that's mean. Achievements ဆိုတာ tampati ဆိုတာပြည့်စုံမှု
ပြည့်စုံမှု
ဟုတ်နော်ကျွန်တော်ဘာမှန်ကန်တဲ့လုံလဝိရိယနဲ့ပြည့်စုံမှုကောင်းမှုနဲ့ပြည့်စုံမှု
I see.
Okay.
Good evening, Bante. I have a question. This one was quite some time ago. I have been keeping quiet to somebody who actually I do not want to answer, because when I answer, I feel that it may become emotion or get angry. So if I don't answer, the other person may thought that I have a misperception about him. So he may have a misunderstanding. But sometimes we keep silent. it's considered that we do not want to create a bad karma against ourselves and against them. So for this situation, sometimes we do not know how to explain, but what is the best way to to express to that person, in terms of our what you call our grievances, or their kind of past action that we are not happy, and we do not want to voice out. Yeah, that's my questions.
Maybe on a communication problem, right?
Yes.
Association communication problem. Okay.
Especially a person who are very closely related to you, and whenever you try to talk something, then they talk against you.
Okay, I see.
So we don't want to have a quarrel, but we keep quiet. But when we keep quiet, then the judgment is totally different.
Sure. Okay. So sometimes we cannot control other people's minds. As you decide now, you can hide or you can stop talking, right? Now, one more thing, there is something common to both parties. You may also have some good attitude. He may also have good attitudes. Just try to talk about good things. It will be easier for you. So that means if we want to change other people's minds, easiest way is sharing properties, sharing knowledge, like sharing books, something like that. In this way, you can persuade another people to change their minds, right? So dana, offering. It doesn't mean only offering properties, also offering knowledge, service, many different things, right? Okay, so at least trying to share knowledge or trying to share properties, then you can start communicating normally. Or if something disagree, okay, don't talk too much.
So if the opinion is contradicting, with our opinion, especially when it comes to Dharma sharing. So this kind of sharing, I think, should we stop or should we continue if there is some debate?
Okay, so in the case of the Dharma, actually, there are some people, we cannot have them. I must have experienced many people like that. Then I want to have them, but they are not ready to accept my help. They don't need my help, we can say like that. At the time, we should stop, happen. Okay? Then Dhammasaka.
I see.
Okay? He has his own karma. This is very far from me. I cannot do anything.
Yes,
it doesn't mean you hate, right? It doesn't mean you hate.
Yeah.
You just make him happy.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah, very good answer. Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Pandami Sādhu. So may Davido ask the question about the Davido pay respect to Sādhu. So may Davido ask the question about the Datta Ramana. In this 11 case, the Datta Ramana will not arise. So is it taking 5 material and immaterial Dhamma as an object? Is it the meaning is taking Sukuma Rupa and Arupa as the object? Is it this the meaning?
No, like that supposed to mean. Material means Rupavachara consciousness, Arupavachara consciousness. We can say like that, right?
They means taking the Arupa Vachara, taking the Arupa Vachara, the Rupa Vachara and Arupa Vachara consciousness.
Consciousness or person taking nimitta also the same, right?
Consciousness or nimitta.
Yeah,
so if the meaning is taking, some of them translate is taking Rupa Loka Dhamma and Arupa Loka Dhamma as an object. Is it correct?
Okay, this is a little bit strange, right? Rupa Loka Dhamma means we should talk about like a material jhanas and immaterial jhanas objects. It will be much better. But in Pali, we can say Rupa Vachara, Arupa Vachara. It also translates as the sensual realms, also immaterial realms or immaterial realms like that. That's when they say about or existence or realms, right? This is not 100% correct.
This one is more strange. So can Bante report once more time? What's the best translate for this 5 material and immaterial Dhamma as an object?
Taking Rupa Vachara, Jhana or Arupa Vachara as objects, it will be easier.
Oh, it's more easier. Okay. So Sādhu Bante. Mandami Bante, may Sādhu be well and happy. Mandami Sādhu.
Sayadaw, the question is when any people have a psychic power, can see somebody past life do no good karma action. Can Sayadaw explain? Can be the not good karma action be not to be result be in this present life?
Actually, we cannot. Okay, but we have many different types of psychic power, right? We have one type we call Pavinivasanosati. With this kind of inside psychic power, we can know the past lives, our own past life, other people's past lives. Okay, two different things, right? So we have another karma, Chudubhapada karma. That one is also a branch of divine eyes. Okay, the main thing is, if we have attained Chudubhapada jnana, we can know which karma produces this life. We can also know other people's life, how they were born, which karma produces this life, and so on. That's the Chudubhapada jnana, two different types of inside knowledge. Two different types of psychic power. Anyway, the main thing is, we can know people's karma, but we cannot prevent the karma. Nobody can prevent karma. Even the Buddha himself cannot prevent the karma. So what's the main point of your question?
But we do good deeds, but have the good result. Can say that?
Okay, so as soon as we are born as a human being, we can say we have good karma in the past. Good karma produces this life. Sure, is very clear, right? So that means we have valuable life now. Good results, good karma and good results now. So similarly, if we can know many past lives, we can also know good and bad, both karma, give results, something like that. With some karma, we have two different things. Some karma will produce rewards. There are many other karma it will produce in the life, not in rewards. Right? Two different karmas. Okay?
Okay, Sayadaw. Citta is the knowing. And then can we say the knowing is the knowing element? First. The second, the knowing element, can we say is a permanent element? Is it wrong view or no? Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay, we have, when the Buddha talk about 6 elements, the Buddha talk about earth elements, water elements, fire elements, wind elements, space elements, and consciousness elements. Okay, we call Vijnana Dhatu. We can say elements, but we cannot say permanence. It also rise and perish. You can also know in the mental process, every single mind moment, this is one consciousness. It arises. It will not go to second consciousness. Also, moments rise and perish, then it will not go to that mind moments like that, right? They are also impermanent. We cannot say permanent. Okay?
Okay, Sayadaw, thank you. I have understanding. Thank you very much. Sādhu.
Dear Bante, thank you very much for your teachings today. May Bante lead us in making aspirations and sharing of merits, please.
Okay. Etawadaja amehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe deva numodandu sabba sambati siddhya idam me nyatinam hodu sukhita hondu nyatayo idam me nyatinam hodu sukhita hondu nyatayo idam me nyatinam hodu sukhita hondu nyatayo Idame punyam asawakaya waham hodu Idame punyam nibbanasa pajayo hodu Mama punya bhagam savasadanam bhajemi Te sabbe me samam punya bhagam lavandu Sadhu.
Thank you, Bante, and everyone for your time and participations. Till we meet again next Saturday, may all be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.